With Tai Chi, the moment he attacks, I'm always doing something. Let me do something. Throw it. Sorry. No, I'm so used to just, I got to think of the Tai Chi, sorry. Yeah, do that, that's fine. Okay. All right, with Tai Chi, all right, see how this would be? And then I'd go here, like this. Right, but you see the circles? You're always using this, and I'm being traditional. If he comes to me with something, when I move with this, all right, look at all the spheres I just created.
Right.
He comes, see the circle here?
Right.
I mean, there's a huge circle here.
Right.
And see the circle? Ba Gua, all right, with Ba Gua, you're using spirals. And you're going around yourself. If he strikes at me, yeah, do that one, that's good. Okay? Watch. See the difference in movement? The secret of Tai Chi is here. You're rotating this way. And the more you can understand this and get this down, going both this way and then back, you'll capture Tai Chi. Tai Chi is really meant, when it's used as a fighting art, to incorporate these spheres. And the more you can see that, Tai Chi, okay? If I'm moving correctly with Tai Chi, like that, as an example, you see this? You see this whole thing is a sphere. So he comes to me, this is a sphere, but if you notice his movement, watch my body. You see how my whole body is making a sphere?
Yes.
And look where he is. Now if he comes back to me with something, as an example, this is another sphere that takes him down. Ba Gua, going back to what Jim was saying, Ba Gua, I'm now going to circle around myself. Watch. I'm not circling around him. The difference is where you put the spin, or the sphere, or the spiral, sorry. So the moment he comes to me, if I'm using Ba Gua, watch, I now move around me, not around him. You can't move around him. It's not possible, because he's outside your spiral. So any move that he does here, that's why Ba Gua is so much fun, because I'm not sure it's fun for him, but it is. So no matter what he does, okay, on the movement, all right, you're always doing the spiral. The difference with Tai Chi is that it's linear and it's a sphere. Ba Gua is a spiral, and you're moving around yourself. Tai Chi is a close-in fighting art. If he comes to me, I'm here doing this type of thing here. I'm not moving around him. I have to move around me. If I want to hit him here, I'm doing it here. Whereas with Ba Gua, if I hit him, I don't want to hit you. I'm hitting him, I'm turning around me. He comes to me, when I hit him, he's not important. I'm here hitting him. Tai Chi doesn't do that. Tai Chi, if I want to hit him in the face, I have to do it this way. Well, he comes to me, all right? All I need to do is do a spiral. If, let's say he recovers from this, he comes at me somehow. Okay? As he does, watch. You see the spiral? But I'll tell you, I'm not even doing anything to him. Come to me. You don't have to do anything because I am not moving him. I'm moving me. The moment he comes to me with whatever, all right, I'm not moving me. I'm not moving him. I'm moving me. That's why it's so effortless. Tai Chi, you got to work. Tai Chi, he comes to me. I'm here. I hit him or whatever. He might go flying back, but I have to work at this because I'm moving him, not me.
You have to move
For
through
combat.
his space.
Pardon?
You have to move through his
Correct, through his
space.
space. Say he's a grappler, and he comes to me like this, okay? Watch, I'm not even going to move in his space. I'm not moving in his space. Tai Chi, I have to move in his space. So, therefore, if Kevin comes to me let's do this slow because I'm just going to empty out. When Kevin comes to me, okay, and I empty out, and I say to you guys, be empty, that is a Taoist emanation, and this is the secret, and I hope this helps you guys with energy work. When you meditate, do energy work, or do this, you have to resonate it through the entire body. It can't be just part of you. You have to resonate this. So when I go empty, not only am I empty in mind, okay, but I'm empty in my body, all right? So he'll tell you, what did that feel like? Kevin comes to me, I'm resonating emptiness. Come here. I wasn't as empty as I should have. He'll make this work. There you go. Good. There you go. You'll be up. There you go. All right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to resonate it literally through your entire being, in your mind too. So when you're moving with somebody and you're doing this stuff, all right? All you're doing is resonating everything through you, and the person can't pick that up because when they do, whatever they feel, it was going to be a bad fall. That's why I took them that way. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
So all I'm doing when I resonate this stuff, you have to emanate it. You have to. So when he comes to me, I want you to try to feel something. Come to me again. You take the principle of you're moving around, okay? When I move around myself, he's not there. Just watch what I do. I do it very slow. Watch again. One more time, because those people turn it. Now, you see how I'm moving, and you see what happens to him? If I were moving around him, that wouldn't happen. I'm moving around me. Tai Chi, if Kevin comes to me and I do Tai Chi, I have to work differently to get this motion. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're still moving circles. You're still moving your spine, and there's no doubt it's very powerful. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying that you have to do that. Part of what you're trying to do is feel this motion in yourself all the time. And you want to feel it in every aspect of your movement. So if Kevin comes to me, when I move and I do this slow, here, all right, I have to feel it in every aspect of myself. The spirals I'm talking about, okay? It doesn't hurt, I'm sorry. If I move like this, okay, I'm not feeling it and I'm not doing it correctly. Keep it simple. But if he comes to me and I'm moving correctly,
Right.
but the whole body is engaged. It's not just parts. So no matter what he does, right, all of me has to be moving. It doesn't look like I'm doing anything, but all of me is doing it. And it's doing it independently and yet together. Does that make sense? What you're always trying to do in the form, if you can, no matter what the movement is that when you move, and let's say you're doing the first movement, and you're doing this, I want you to watch where my spine is when I do this stuff. You see how you're basically always on one side? So when you move to the next side, there's a transition, of course, but when you're here, see where my spine is over my foot? So when you make the next move, you don't do that next move until you're in transition and you get your spine over the foot this way. It's hard to do in that map. So when you're moving and you're making this first move, and you're here. You notice that my leg, this right leg, is coming, but I'm over here, right? The reason for that is what you're trying to feel all the time, in a sense, is ultimately one-weighted. So if Kevin comes to me, I'll do this really slow. If you watch how I go from one side to the other. You see where I am here, over here? Mm-hmm. So I've shifted here, and the movement, the sphere, is now here. I'm sorry, the spiral is here, but then I end up here. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You always want to end up one leg. You're rotating around yourself. And au revoir. A good example would be the dragon. When you do the dragon movement, you're really staying here. And then when you shift to here, you're over here. When you shift to here, you're here. Am I making sense so far? When you do this next movement, you're here until you're here. When you go here, you're now here until you're here. You're basically over this. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to learn the balance points through the whole form all the time. That's how you learn how to be around yourself. Because after a point, whatever he does, okay, when I move with this, all right, I went here to do that. Then I had to shift back and hold my weight. I'm going here to do this. The spiral is here, and it ends up on that leg. Then you shift back, and you're over here. Does that make sense?
If you place a kind of the axis,
Sure.
which is what you're turning around, you're not turning around here.
No, I'm turning, no.
You're turning around whatever this axis is, and if you locate that.
I feel it through the center of my ass.
Right, so it's further back, it's closer to the tailbone than it is.
Yeah. I feel the top of my head here, but I don't feel it back here, I feel it here.
Yeah.
So you're correct.
Right where the tip of the tailbone
right
is,
here.
yeah.
The bakwa that we're trying to learn tonight is that when the person comes to you, you want to move around them, okay, and understand how to move around them perfectly all the time. Around yourself, sorry. It has to do with unbalancing the person. As he comes, watch. See where he is right now? He's unbalanced. All I have to do is this. And that's what you have to learn. You have to learn the moment the person comes to you, how to unbalance them. And you're moving around yourself. So the key here, there's three steps, sorry. You need movement, come very slow. You need movement. He's moving. He's unbalanced. Now I'm moving around me. So you need those three things. You need movement. You need the person's movement. You need to unbalance them. Watch. And then you need to move around. Again, he comes. There's movement, unbalancing, and then I'm moving around him. I'm sorry, moving around him. Sorry. So the person comes to you, okay? You need movement, all right? You need to unbalance them. Watch. Again, there's movement here. You unbalance. Again, the person comes to you, they move, you balance them. You move them, you balance.
Is how empty you are, how you're getting us off balance.
I appreciate that.
There's no reason to be hard. You know, the thing about this, that's actually pretty much. The thing about this is, you understand, there's nothing you have to do. The moment, if there's movement, as long as there's movement, you unbalance, and you turn around yourself. Okay? If Dan comes to me, okay? See how this is?
It's an agonizing slow descent.
We can make it quicker. All you're trying to do is you have to have the person move. They're off balance.
How do you feel?
The moment you come. The moment you come.
And we know we're not feeling this because he's not trying to do anything to us. Right. But I knew I was.
Okay.
Yeah, just laugh. That's why I did that so slow.
So on a movement like that, Joe, how do you see the movement around yourself? Is it more energetic than?
Or how do you feel the movement around yourself?
When he comes, this is moving around me, right? There.
I still don't get how that's around you. What it's around?
It is around you, isn't it?
Well, I'm not so sure because it's.
Don't think of this. Don't think of it. It's not around you. You're still outside, right? Aren't you?
Correct.
Which way around? This way? That's the spiral I felt. This.
It's this one. All I'm doing is that. Don't try to figure out how you're moving around yourself. Just move correctly.
Now, we have that on video.